I was very aware that I was overweight. In fact, it was the idea that I was clinically obese, not having the energy to do what you know that you needed to do. Very low self-esteem in terms of my visibility. And I just basically, I couldn't even fold it in half. You know, my belly was so big that, bending over to get my shoes just didn't happen. Everything. I was skeptical that, oh, here I go again. I want to lose weight. Am I going to be able to do it? But then by the time I signed up, I was pretty sure I was going to give it a good go. So physically it took longer, but when it did take off, it was as though my metabolism was, sound asleep. And it just took enough to break through some sort of barrier and boom. And I'm totally happy with that because everybody's noticed that I've lost some weight. And even despite that, I just feel so able to do what I wanted. I knew that it was going to have this kind of, well-rounded, holistic approach, but I had no idea how much the mind-body workouts, the things that we have to do as little bits of homework, by not reading a lot, but just by focusing your attention on yourself is just something I never would do. It's just not part of, when you're a woman, your tendency is to be a giver. You've got people to look after and make sure they're all well. And suddenly focusing really in your step-by-step stuff was really enlightening. And so I learned a lot about I learned things about myself that I didn't think there was anything more to learn at my age, Sisterhood thing, the Facebook thing. We all like to share to some degree, greater or lesser degree at different times and whatever, but you can't help but enjoy having a connection to women who are trying to do the same things and empathize, completely empathize with some women really struggle more than others, or some have, abilities in one direction and occasionally it's just nice. And the accountability, that's a really important factor, is for you encouraging to the point of you have to do this. Get yourself a sister, because that accountability does help. Not on every instance, but there are times when you think that connection makes you feel like I have to do this because they're watching, or I can't not do this because I said I want to do it, and that's helpful. And your positivity is I found it nice, very nice, amusing as well, because it kind of, you go into sort of overdrive positive, but especially when you're doing the exercise. Come on, you can do it. Come on, don't keep going. It's about intensity. Okay, yes. And afterwards, I'm like, yes, I bloody well did it. And it was a diet. It was all about restriction. Whereas I think what yours is so different. It's not about limiting what you're doing. It's enhancing. It's like opening many, many doors to things that either you knew was there and you've been resistant to go through, or you had no clue it was there. You're like, oh my goodness, look at this. I get to do this. And so your program seems to me is so much more of enabling than restricted. It was very easy to do. It wasn't some daunting, college degree course, whatever. It was, and once you got a sense that you were being enlightened to things that were helpful to you, then it was addictive in that sense. I'd say you'd be crazy not to do it, because if your intention is to do something about it, the tools that you provide are absolutely, I would guarantee it for them. If I would lay a bet with them. I would say, if you do what she tells you to do, you will lose the weight, and then So if you want to give me $10 or I'll give you $10, I'll lay a bet,